Hey guys, it's Amber, and I'm going to be working on my day 9. This is what I have from day 8, so I'm going to be working on the back of that. I'm keeping it a really small, simple story, because I don't really have anything else that was going on that day. It was a work day. But what I'm trying to keep in mind, I want to use this transparency that I made for day 10, so I'm kind of trying to look at that as I'm going here. So what I'm telling is just a story about having to wear masks at work, and then I had like a Christmas mask that I purchased. And what I want to do is there's a digital file that Allie gave us that said working. She was talking about working on December Daily and how that's part of her job. I'm just going to use it to talk about wearing masks at work. So my plan is to print a digital page here that says working in that big digital art along the side with a little bit of journaling. This piece here is transparent, and I already had intended to put this on there. So I'm already planning on that. It kind of matches my color scheme. What I think I want to do is I need somewhere to put my 9. I don't think I want to squish it onto my journaling, which I'll show you in a minute. I could tuck it up there, but once I print everything out, I want to see how it looks. I'm thinking it's going to need to go on this photo here, and I don't want to just plop it on there. I wanted to maybe do like a transparency lift page sitting over it. So I'm considering a couple. I have some 3x8s pulled aside here. So I was considering this star transparency, and I would probably be doing it like kind of like a flip up, even though it doesn't really need to be. I could even just layer it over it just to give it some dimension, basically. So the 9 would be here. Probably. I don't think I want to cover the tree, so the 9 would probably be right here. And then I also considered this red transparency here that says Be Jolly. I think it's going to be the wrong color tone for what I'm looking for, but I punched out some white paper just to help make it brighter. This wall behind me is pink, and this is very bright red, so I think that's going to really clash. So I'm definitely not going with that one. I did also consider this green one here. So there's something on the transparency. This green one here, it kind of goes with my colors. It's not like, even though it doesn't match the other greens that you'll see, it's in the color family of what I'm wearing there, like the right tone. So if I lined that up there, it has a little bit of that coppery color, which would pull from the other side, that rose gold. I could layer the 9 right about here. Or I also briefly considered, like I said, if I do put the 9 up here, maybe putting this Find the Magic here, which is one of the half circle woven pieces that was an add-on for this year's kit. Because it's not really about magic, but it's kind of just, my journaling's just sort of about finding, you know, like, yes, I have to wear masks at work, so I thought I'd, you know, wear a fun Christmas theme one for December, like that kind of thing. I'm also thinking about minking the big working, and I pulled out this minty green color and this bright red. The red would definitely play off here. It's not the exact same tone, but so I've got the red, I've got the minty green, which I feel like I'm leaning more towards that, because if I go with either one of these, I feel like the minty green would match the best and would help kind of pull everything together. So I'm going to get the journaling printed first, make my decision on the minking, and then I'll decide if I am doing something with the transparency or not. And if I do it as a flip up, I might actually mount this to the outside of the page protector so that the flip up option is there, or I could cut this. I'm not sure that I want to do that on this style of page protector, because I feel like this is already pretty weak, and that this card could fall out because it's going in from the side and not the top. And so I worry that if I cut that this will really become even more weak. So I'm thinking that my best idea might be to put red line tape on the back of the photo and stick it to the outside with transparency to help protect it a little bit. So let me show you a quick shot of my journaling on the computer just so you can see what I'm sort of working with. Or actually, I'll just get it printed and you can see it, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so I just want to show you my journaling here. I had to print it on copy paper. I couldn't get photo paper to run through my laser printer. So I'm gonna decide when I'm minking this, but I think that'll look really nice alongside there. I'm gonna get this trimmed out. I put some lines on there so I could see where to cut it, and then I'll get this trimmed out as well so that it doesn't cover the journaling. Alright guys, you can see that I've got everything minked there. It looks really cute. There's a few spots that are a little off, but it's never perfect. So I've got my photo trimmed out, and I'm just kind of making a couple last minute decisions now that I can see what everything looks like together on how I am doing everything. And I've pretty much decided I'm going to stick with that green circle transparency. I always hesitate to cut those kind of things until I'm really sure that I'm going to use them, in case I wanted to do a page idea that others have done where they use those transparent circles and make a strip along a 3x8 transparency. So once I've made that decision, I'm going to add some star stickers from the 2020 December Stories by the Month kit. And so I'm just adding a green one and a red one there for some variety to help pull in the colors of the layout. And I'm going to use some red line tape because I ripped off all the layers of the chipboard, but I'm going to add this to the outside of the page protector so that it's not too bulky. So I'm pushing that down, and then I'm digging to find my pouch of Christmas specific washi tapes, and I have that one there from the Crepe Paper Merry Days collection with that awesome green foliage print that's so popular. And my original plan was to use some photo squares here to attach that white paper to the transparency. Normally when I use those on a transparency with white, you can't see them. But I guess it needs to be clear and not a colored, so I just ripped those off. And I'm adding the washi tape here, and I'm kind of thinking about what I'm going to do to add that transparency on there, because it's kind of hard to read without the white backing. And I also decided while I was thinking about it to go ahead and put the 9 in the upper right hand corner as well. I didn't intentionally leave myself room there, but once the word was green and not black with the number 9 in black on top of it, it looked a little better. So I pulled off the paper, or the photo squares there, and there was still residue left on the photo paper that I decided just to stick down because I really liked the lighter color with the white showing behind it. And I decided to, while I was still being indecisive, to go ahead and mount it to the outside. And then I'm going to match up the 3x8 photo paper from the day before and my journaling. I was disappointed because I measured what it should have been, but it printed about a 1/2 inch too short. I ended up having to cut about a 1/4 inch each off the top and bottom of the journaling from the day before, but because I had created the word art to go off the page in 3 different places, I really needed it to be trimmed or it wouldn't have looked right, because it's going off with a W, the K at the top, and the GR. So it looks fine. I just wanted it to be the full length of the page protector. These are like a 1/4 inch taller than Allie's because they're the scrapbook.com ones. So I'm using some red line tape. I decided to put the number 9 on the outside of the page protector as well, just for some more texture, but also because the items are sliding in from the side, I didn't want chipboard to make it heavy and have them slide out. And then I realized that my transparency had slid in the pocket, so when I added the chipboard to the other side, it was in the wrong place. So I ended up adding adhesive behind it and then pushing it, like replacing the red line. Okay guys, all done here. So I have my minked journaling. It's not perfect. It never is. There's like a little bit of spacing here and like a crease here where that extra piece was, so I could cover it. It's really hard to cut around it. What I should have done is printed 2 copies so I could lay one on there and like tape it on and cut around it. Next time I will do that. Ended up not putting the number on here. It just seemed too crowded and I had a really hard time with the adhesive on here. I ended up peeling it off and it was sticky enough that it was able to stay, but yeah, I wasn't able to really do anything else. So I put 1 star on there to help hide it. Hopefully it's not super noticeable, and the flecks on the page protector hopefully don't look too noticeable. But it's a simple layout. And sometimes those single page ones are when you're working on the back of another project, but I think it looks cute and I'm ready to move on to day 10. So I will probably be taking a photo of my Christmas PJs. I had actually demoed this and I submitted this actually as one of my projects for Allie Edwards' design team, and when I was doing that I submitted it with this photo behind it. And even though it's a picture of our tree from last year, I'm thinking about keeping it and using it somewhere in the album, even if I don't use it here, just because it's the same decorations, it's the same white lights, so there's no reason to waste that print. So I'll probably keep that and put it somewhere else. So thanks so much for watching, and I really appreciate your support. I hope you're enjoying my videos, and I will talk to you later. Thanks again.